my channel. Be optimistic. Today I'm here with my first video on IELTS speaking. In this video I will let you guys know that how you can do well in IELTS speaking, and I will include basics of the speaking as well, tips to improve your speaking and what you should do in speaking and what you shouldn't do while speaking. And in my previous video I've explained some extremely important tips to improve your IELTS writing task 1. If you haven't watched that video, then you can get the link in description box. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and like my videos and share with your friends as well. So let's dive into today's concept without wasting your precious time right now. So first of all, have a look at speaking basics. I know that most of you are aware about all these basics, but I have included it in this video so that newcomers or new aspirants of IELTS can also get knowledge regarding it. Usually your speaking takes 11 to 15 minutes, and it usually depends upon the examiner, but mostly it is finished up to the 15 minutes, and some examiner just finish it within 5 minutes as well. And your speaking consists of 3 main parts. First part includes intro questions which are based on your daily life, such as your name, your hobbies, your hometown, your education, and the answer of these questions should be 2 to 3 sentences long. It is worthy to include 2 to 3 sentences at most in the introductory questions. But always try to add effective answers in your intro questions, because the answer of these questions act as a first impression as a last impression, right? And the second part of your speaking is your cue card, which is total of the 3 minutes, and you get 1 minute for the preparation and 2 minutes for the speaking, and you should have at least content for 2 minutes, and rest it depends upon your examiner. He or she can stop you in between as well, but you shouldn't stop before the examiner says to do so, right? And your last section is follow-ups, and in these days follow-ups are more important, and mostly examiner emphasize on the follow-ups, because in the follow-ups you have to include 4 to 5 sentences at least. The length of follow-up should be lengthy as compared to introductory questions, and examiners try to trap the students in the follow-ups, because most of the students memorize the cue card, so they try to test the actual English of the learners in this section. So be really careful while giving the answers of the follow-ups, right? And so next I will let you know that what you should include in your speaking, which can be helpful for you. Firstly, you can use contradictions while you're speaking, as don't, can't, didn't, wasn't, isn't, these kind of things. As you know that contradictions are strictly prohibited in IELTS writing, but you can use these in your speaking, because most of the natives use contradictions such as short forms, so you can include it in your speaking as well. And secondly, you can use the idiomatic languages such as idioms, like for example I have mentioned 2 here. The first one is walking on air. That means very happy. When my friend gifted me a mobile, I was walking on the air. Cakewalk means an easy task. I will make a video on speaking idioms soon. Using idioms is really effective for you guys if you can use them appropriately, but don't overuse these kind of things. And thirdly, make it clear that you guys can give answer of any question in yes or no. It depends totally upon you, but you should have a reason, right? There is nothing like that you always have to give the answer in the yes. There is no any strict guidelines. Nowhere it is mentioned that you have to give the answers in yes. It just, the main thing is that you should have appropriate reason in order to explain your yes or no. For example, if examiner asks you a question regarding the arts, but you don't have information regarding the arts, then I won't recommend you to go for the yes answer, because if you are saying yes, then examiner will definitely ask you more question basis on the arts. So at that time you can say no as well. Otherwise, if the questions are about some basics like newspaper, books, then you should go for yes, right? And you can also ask examiner to repeat the question if you are unable to understand the question due to the fast speed or slow voice. If it is not audible to you, then you can say pardon please. Or if you are unable to understand the question due to the synonyms, these are completely new to you. For example, if examiner is asking you, are you a bibliophile by nature, and here you don't know the meaning of the bibliophile, then you can say your examiner, could you please rephrase the question. He or she will definitely repeat the question with the simple word, such as instead of saying are you a bibliophile by nature, he or she will say that do you like to read books, right? So you can repeat the question, you can say the examiner to repeat the question once or twice, but don't do the same again and again. It can put negative impact if you are again and again saying the examiner to repeat the question, but you can do it once or twice. And nextly, you should always follow the correct posture while giving the speaking. That means you should sit appropriately in front of examiner. Your back should be completely straight, and you should wish the examiner politely from the door. And I think that your ALS bands are being examiner used to assess your bands from the your entrance when you ask for the permission to enter in the class, enter in the room from that point of time. And you should wish your examiner politely and always try to maintain the eye contact with your examiner. It is extremely important for you guys. And if you are feeling, if you feel hesitation or you feel shy to do so, then you can look at the nose of that person, and they will not realize that you are not making the eye contact, but it will help you to get rid from your shyness. Just make your focus on the nose of that your examiner, right? And nextly, always try to keep your hands in the lap, because when we used to put our hands on the table that is over there, then some students have habit to do some hand movements, and hand movements always show the nervousness of a person. So try to keep your hands in your lap. So if you feel nervous or if you do any kind of hand movement, it wouldn't be visible to your examiner, right? And nextly, always try to give reason of every question, because if you have reason, then your examiner will not ask you why. That create a problem for some students, because they get confused when examiner ask them why, and they just trapped and stop speaking. That is not good for them. Then nextly, avoid the repetition in speaking. Don't repeat as for example, when the examiner asks you a question, do you like to read books? Don't repeat the question as it is, because examiner just said the same question. And I have seen and I've heard that most of the time students used to answer in this way, yes, I like to read the books. Well, in my free time, I like to read the books. Or they say, yes, I like to read the books. Don't do so. Instead of doing this, you can do rephrase, or you can simply start your answer from the linker and use the same words at end. For example, you can say, yes, I do. In my free time, I read historical books, right? Or you can say, well, I am bibliophile by nature. Here I am using a vocabulary word, and I used to study historical books in leisure time. And I have already made a video on speaking and writing vocabulary. You can get the link of that video by clicking on the I button. And nextly, try to swing your expression as well as tone as per the question. It will definitely boost your band score with a huge margin. Try to do so. And for example, in order to for example, if any question is about your hobbies, you should keep smile on your face and answer happily, because it is something that give pleasure to you. So you shouldn't be seems quite worried or monotonous while giving the answers. So keep smiling. If someone is asking you what are your hobbies, then your tone should also seems like happy. Well, in my free time I love to play football, I like to surf internet. You shouldn't be worried. Well, in my free time I like to play football. This is not a correct manner and it put negative impact. So try to do so. And practice is key to bring both these things, expression as well as tone. And nextly, there are some tips to improve your speaking. Firstly, try to be fluent. It is only possible when you will practice on daily basis. Please try to find at least 15 to 20 minutes for your speaking on daily basis. It will definitely be proven lucrative for you guys. And don't worry about your background. If you have studied in Punjab board, or English is not, and English is not our mother tongue. So everyone or most of students used to follow some obstacles in the beginning, and we are not native speakers, but with practice we can do well in this language. We can also become fluent. Trust on yourself, nothing is impossible. And in order to improve your English, you should record your voice using a recorder in your mobile, or try to listen that after your recording. And using this you will able to identify your mistakes, and you will never repeat the same mistakes again. And by doing so you also come to know about your stucks. And I assure you that after 1 week you will see huge difference in your fluency if you record your voice on daily basis. And you guys can also make your videos. It will be beneficial in order to bring expressions on your face as well. I know that it is quite difficult to make the videos on your speaking, and think that it is really difficult to see your first reach speaking video, because same happened with me. And but keep doing so if you want to achieve your desired band scores in the speaking. And and don't ever give the excuses like this, that there's no one at our home with whom I can do the speaking practice, because you are your best friend. So use the mirror, speak in front of the mirror on daily basis. It will improve your confidence, bring your expressions, and make you fluent. Definitely these things will help you guys. And instead of this, you guys can also call a customer care, and by doing so you can get you can call and talk with them in English language. By doing so you will definitely learn something new. But don't just call them for passing your time. Take advantage of these things. And before your real exam, warm up yourself by speaking the English, because it is are not spoken on daily basis for a long time. So try to find some time for yourself, for your speaking. Want to fulfill your dreams, you definitely have to do the speaking. Don't afraid from the speaking, because fear defeats more people than any other thing in the world. Don't let fear to destroy your career. In thinking, your thinking will not overcome your fear, but your action will definitely do so. So keep practicing. Practice is key to your success. And in this week, list of new cue cards will be released, and I will make videos on the cue cards one by one. Please keep supporting, give thumbs up to my videos. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye.